What is going on, everyone, and welcome to this video. My name is Hayden Davidson, and in this video I want to go through the process that you can do using BuyBot Pro to analyse for us arbitrage sellers whether a product is safe or not safe to sell. Because recently I got hit with not just one but three IP infringements, IP violations, whatever you want to call them, from this brand, Nature's Plus. Therefore, I thought it would be a good time for me to do an analysis to show you what I missed. And if I'm honest, it was me being lazy. I should have. I knew the signs were there. I saw the signs and I ignored the signs. So, if I'm completely honest, it was totally my fault. So I thought I would show everyone watching how you can start to avoid this sort of things in future, just like I should have seen the signs. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I should have taken notice of earlier. Now, just as a quick disclaimer, it wasn't actually these specific products, I don't think, that I got violations for, but nonetheless I can still give you a good idea. Now, obviously the IP radar wasn't read before because the team at BuyBot Pro weren't flagged that this was, an IP issue. But obviously the biggest giveaway is the IP radar there, obviously. It just lets you know if you hover over it. We know the brand to protect the intellectual property rights, okay? So obviously that's the biggest giveaway. But before that is on there, before the IP radar is on there, sometimes products can look really, really good. And as a new-ish seller, sometimes even more experienced sellers, you may not see the telltale signs. So I thought I'd show you using the BuyBot Pro radar down here and things like that. So you got the radar, and then we're going to look at the graphs, etc. later. Now, first of all, by the way, biggest giveaway, obviously this wasn't there before, but now, just to make it clear, the biggest giveaway you could see is that they've got loads and loads of stock. There's not many arbitrage sellers, right, that are going to be stocking something with that many items. It's just very rare. It doesn't really happen, okay? So the fact that they've got so much stock and they're the only seller, now that's a very clear sign. But obviously it wasn't always like that. But always bear in mind that if someone's got loads and loads of stock, it's usually something to be wary of if they've got over like 100, for example. Now, looking at the graph down here, okay, looking at the graph. Now, this is quite a lot to take in, so I just wanted to run over what I see here. Straight away, what we can see here in the last 30 days, we can see that all of a sudden, this was around about the 21st of June. I think that was probably when I got, yeah, they did the rounds and hit all of us, and that's when I got free, I think. So, once again, not this particular product, but a lot were affected as far as I'm aware. So, as you can see, boom, we're looking at the offers and reviews graph there, okay? We haven't noticed, what you've got to see is that you can't notice a massive decrease in the sales rank, which, as you know, means more sales. So, for example, if this rank here, the sales rank, went all the way down to, say, 1, it would have to be something really significant to see anything like that, although I still don't think you would ever see a sudden drop-off like that. Not really. I mean, it could happen, but not really. Even in high periods in Q4, I don't think it'd be very rare to see a sudden drop off of 18 sellers down to 1. So that's a massive thing there. The sales rank, what we're noticing is that the sales rank hasn't changed. If anything, the sales have got worse, they've gone up. But what we've noticed is 17 sellers dropped off on the offers and reviews graph down here in one day. Now that's a massive giveaway. It's a massive giveaway. But I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but they didn't. How would we know before they dropped off? How would we be able to tell that that's going to happen? Because as you can see here, although we had sellers jump on around June 13th, it doesn't look too bad. As you can see, the last 90 days, it doesn't look too bad. Now, things start to get a little bit suspicious here when you look 180 days. Why was there only 2 off accounts there? Why was there only 1 off account there? It's something's going on here, possibly. Now, not in all cases. It could be a undiscovered listing, but it's getting a bit more suspicious. Now, if we go back 360 days, I'm not sure what's going on here, but as you can see, 3 to 0 to 1. As you can see there, 5 to 0 to 1, yeah? But what gets really interesting is that we look at all time, okay, what's happened here. This looks suspicious. and this is something that we should have taken into account. You can see 13 sellers, 14 sellers, 13 sellers. All of a sudden, it dropped straight down. Now, looking at the sales rank, okay, the sales rank did drop down there. I'm not going to lie. However, what you can see here is that the sales rank was actually going quite high, and all of a sudden, the sellers have dropped off completely. So, looking at this, okay, looking at this, the sellers have completely gone off. Okay, completely gone off. So we've gone on the August 2019. Was it 2019 here? And then all of a sudden, if we zoom in here, if you hover over that, we can see that all of a sudden we've gone to 0 to 0 to 0. Really struggling to stay in stock there. So that's a massive red flag, because we can see that something has happened in the history there. Okay, now let's look at another example I've got on this other page here. Once again, we've got the red IP radar here. Scroll down, as you can see, plus direct, which you can tell by the name, by the way, if the name is matching. Now, some sellers may do this to put other sellers off, so you have to further investigate by, you could look on Google and see if it matches up. And I think I did this, and in this case, it was quite confusing, and I wasn't sure. But it's not a good sign that Nature's Plus and then Plus Direct, that would make sense that they were their distributor. And I'm guessing that they are. So if we look down here, they've got quite a lot of stock, not too much, but quite a lot. If we look down here again, we can see in the last 30 days, actually, that at the moment there's only one FBA seller. Okay, one FBA seller. Now, there's still 3 other non-FBA sellers that are on this, and obviously they're risking this, and maybe they haven't heard the news or something like that. As you can see, there was 5, and now now it's just gone down to 4. So this listing hasn't been sort of affected too much. But what's interesting is there's only one FBA seller. But if we look back to the history, right? If you keep looking at the offers and reviews graph, if we look at the history, it all looks fine. All looks fine. Oh, what have we just seen? I'm sure you've noticed it. 9 sellers, 9 sellers, 9 sellers, 10 sellers, boom, 2 and 3, and then whoops, they've heard the news, off, gone. Okay, gone. You can see the history. Okay, so what you can do is look at other graphs, not only at the graph of the brand that you're looking. If you're suspicious of that, if you're worried about it, if you're not quite sure, take a look at other listings, right? Is that brand... And what else I do, I know we're using BuyBot Pro predominantly here, but what you can also do as another add-on, if you have got Keeper, right, is just quickly have a look, see what seller's been here. As you can see, Plus Direct, right? I can see it was Plus Direct, right? Now, if I look back to about June the 20th, and let's see what seller was pretty much on here the most of the time that it fell off, right? Okay, there we go. That's when it dropped off. Let's see what seller that is. I bet we can guess who it is. Plus Direct. They were on after, and they were on before the drop. Okay, that's a massive sign. They probably went out of stock there because when they took everyone off the listing, it meant that they couldn't handle the amount of sales. So they went out of stock for literally a day, and then they're back in stock. Okay. That's not essential because we've got enough detail with the BuyBot Pro graph there to tell that this is an IP claim. All right, that was just a bonus. I just wanted to show you a bonus. It's a bonus if you've got it to be able to tell, but you don't need it. There's enough information here for you to see what's going on here. But that just double clarifies the fact that I am fairly 99.9% confident that is the distributor, and I should have taken the time to do this research earlier. And the fact that I didn't do this research is the fact that I've now got 3 IP violations from this brand on my account. So I wanted to do that video to give you, everyone watching, just some sort of guidance and mistakes that I made, things that I knew but I just ignored, to be honest. I took the risk and I shouldn't have. So I hope that video's helped, and I will see you in the next one. Please make sure you like and subscribe. That would be great. See you soon.